The history of Seattle, Washington, is a story of a city built on timber, trade, and innovation, rising from a small settlement to a major metropolis. Plus indigenous roots First Peoples. The area that became Seattle has been inhabited by the Coast Salish people for at least 4,000 years. The primary tribes in the area were the Duwamish and the Suquamish. The name. The city is named in honor of Chief Seall, anglicized as Chief Seattle, a prominent 19th century leader of the Duwamish and Suquamish tribes, known for his diplomacy. 2. Founding and early development, 1851-1889. The Denny Party, 1851. The first permanent white settlers, a group known as the Denny Party, arrived at Alki Point in present-day West Seattle on November 13, 1851. They initially called their settlement New York Alki, Alki being a Chinook jargon word meaning by and by or someday. Relocation and naming, 1852-1853. In 1852, realizing the eastern shore of Elliott Bay offered a better deep-water harbor, most of the settlers relocated to the site of the current Pioneer Square. Dr. David Edoc Maynard, one of the founders, persuaded his neighbors to name the new settlement Seattle in 1853. Economic foundation. The city's first major industry began with the construction of Henry Yesler's steam-powered lumber mill in 1853, establishing Seattle's economy on the timber trade. Incorporation. Seattle was officially incorporated by the territorial legislature on December 2, 1869. 3. The boom years, 1890s, early 1900s. The Great Fire, 1889. A catastrophic fire destroyed the entire business district of Seattle in June 1889. The city quickly rebuilt using brick and stone instead of wood, and seized the opportunity to regrade hills and modernize the infrastructure. The Klondike Gold Rush, 1897. This event cemented Seattle's place as a major commercial center. When the steamer Portland arrived loaded with gold from the Yukon, Seattle's business leaders launched a massive, successful campaign to become the primary supply and transportation hub for prospectors heading north. Growth and annexation. The early 1900s saw a massive population boom and a wave of annexations, adding suburban towns like Ballard and West Seattle to the city's area. World's Fair, 1909. The Alaska-Yukon Pacific Exposition showcased the region's progress and resources to the world. 4. Rise of aviation and industry, mid-20th century. The Boeing Company, founded 1916. Seattle became the center of the American aviation industry, largely due to the growth of the Boeing Company, which would become the region's economic backbone for decades. The Seattle General Strike, 1919, a 5-day citywide work stoppage involving 65,000 workers. It was the first such general strike in the United States. The World's Fair, 1962. The Century 21 Exposition put Seattle on the international map. Key structures built for the fair, like the Space Needle and the monorail, became permanent landmarks and symbols of the city. Modern Seattle and the tech-era grunge music. In the late 1980s and early 1990s, Seattle became the global birthplace and capital of the grunge music scene, with bands like Nirvana, Pearl Jam, and Soundgarden shaping popular culture. Tech boom. Beginning in the 1990s and accelerating in the 21st century, Seattle transformed again with the rise of technology and e-commerce companies. Microsoft, though based in nearby Redmond, and the founding of Amazon in Seattle in 1994, drove a massive surge of wealth and population growth, turning it into a global technology hub. The region is also the home of major retailers like Starbucks and Nordstrom,